Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this lecture we are going to talk about the nested loops in Python. So in the previous lectures we have covered what is a for loop and what is a while loop with some simple examples. So this should have covered in the last lecture, but let's make it a short video. Okay, so the nested loop is nothing but a loop inside a loop. So Python programming allows us to use one loop inside the another. So the inner loop will be executed one time for each iteration of the outer loop. So this is the basic syntax of how to use the nested loop. So in the first example we have used for loop inside the for loop, and the second one we have used the while loop inside the while loop. So we have already covered what is a for loop and while loop in our previous lectures. So the one note is that we can put any type of loop inside any other type of the loop. So for example, a for loop can be inside a while loop and vice versa. So in the first example we have used a while loop inside a while loop, in which we are getting the prime numbers which are less than 100. And in the second example we have used for loop inside the for loop. So this second example prints the adjective for every fruit. So let me show you with some simple example. So this is a Python command line, and today we are going to execute a for loop within a for loop. So for this we will create two lists. So our first list will be the name, in which we will store the names which are having the string data type. So the first item, second item, third and the fourth. So this is our first list having the 4 string items. Just create it, and now we will create our second list which has the name languages, equal to operator which is a assignment operator. Again we will insert 4 string values in our list. First, now the second language, and the last one. So these are our two lists which we are going to combine in our for loop. So we will execute our first for loop. So in our first for loop, x will be the iterator in the list name. So first we are going to use the name list for our example. So each list item will be assigned to our iterator whenever the condition inside for loop is true. So inside this for loop, just don't forget to add the indentation. So just give one indentation. So again we will use another for loop inside our loop. So in this case we will use iterator y in and our second list which is languages. So what happens is that each language will get assigned into our y iterator every time whenever the for loop is true. So hit enter. We are in our second for loop. So again we will give the indentation and print the combined result of the first for loop and the last for loop, and we will give the output like first iterator, and we will use the plus operator here and some string speaks plus operator y. So this is one simple example. So when we press enter, each value in our name list is assigned to our x iterator here, and we are combining it with a string item named speaks. Again we are combining that with languages list, in which the each value item is getting assigned to our y iterator. As you are already aware that a for loop which is used for iterating over a sequence. So with a for loop we can execute set of statements once each item in a list, tuple or a set. So in this case we have used two lists on the for loop. So I hope you understood what is a nested loops and how we are using it in some simple Python examples. So I hope you like this video. So please subscribe to my channel and also ring the notification bell to get the latest updates.